Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us at 7. I'm Tracey McCain.
I'm Caitlin Nuclo. You're watching Eyewitness News here on the Wax. We appreciate that. We are following that breaking news on that house fire in Cheshire that sent one person to the hospital. Another person still missing this morning. We'll bring you to the scene in just a few minutes here.
Our other top story, it is a first alert weather day, a second one in a row. So let's say hello to meteorologist Gilardi for a check of our forecast.
Forecast going to be hot.
Well, you know, I just came back from North Carolina, so I got all that twang with me.
It happens. I get the, just mixture of things, but give it another day or two and you won't sound Southern again, honey. But bless your heart, though. I mean, come on. All right. Fourth heat wave of 2025 is underway. Yesterday, we did manage to get up into the low 90s. We'll likely do it again today. And if we do it again tomorrow, then yes, technically, it'd be the fourth heat wave. First alert weather days due to the heat. Now, we have minor rain chances ahead Wednesday and now a little bit on Thursday. And, of course, we're keeping a watch on Aaron, but that's like a week away. All right, let's talk about other thing we need to be mindful of, especially if we fall into the sensitive category. The sensitive groups will be impacted by the air quality today, all due to ground level ozone, but you might have to limit your time outside. And just because Litchfield County is not included in that alert, I would just consider yourself under it from 11A to 11P. Right now, the air quality is okay. New Haven, we're just checking out. Yeah, everything looks calm, a beautiful morning. In New Haven, we have 68 degrees and temperatures this morning generally in the 60s, except for Chester, 70 degrees. Feels like trend today. So as we get past 10 o'clock, this is usually the case, it gets hotter. So knock out outdoor things before 10. Otherwise, you're going to be dealing with yourself sweating a lot more, trying to find ways of cooling off. And we'll be feeling in the 90s, anywhere from 90 to as high as about 95 degrees for several hours, and just a couple of clouds expected across our sky. But the chance for hot paws certainly going to be increasing late this morning into the afternoon. So if you're one that gets out there and has to go for a walk with them, doesn't have the luxury of just let them out in the backyard like mine on the grass. Yeah, just be mindful of that. So it's going to be hot in the air and hot on the ground, but eventually we will see the heat back off and rain chances start to go up a little bit. We'll get into that forecast in about 10 to 15 minutes from now, but let's get an update on traffic with Caitlin. Good morning to you.
Hey, good morning, Jill. Good morning, everyone. 7:03 here on your Tuesday morning, just waking up with us. We appreciate that. If you're heading out the door, heading to work, maybe the kids have just a couple more days of summer camp before they go back to class, or maybe you're heading to the Connecticut state parks or beaches. It's going to be a very busy day with that first alert weather day that we're experiencing. No people, no pets left in those vehicles. Way too hot for that. Grab your sunglasses, get the AC cranking as you're heading out the door. Live look here in Hartford, 91 north and southbound. Here in Middletown along Route 9, a live look, a little bit of reduced visibility here. Some hazy conditions in Talon, 84 east and westbound. And here in Meriden along 691 east and westbound. Bright sunshine out there to start. Right now, no crashes to tell you about. That daytime construction will be abundant, picks up between about 8:30 and 9 o'clock, and then normal delays that we're starting to see here at 95 southbound towards the George Washington Bridge. Rest of the state nice and quiet. Let's quick check at your Connecticut Chevy first alert traffic report driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers.
All right, we are on top of breaking news in Cheshire right now as firefighters are searching for a missing person after a fire broke out at a home.
Yeah, this is a developing story happening on Brookside Place right now. We know the fire is out. Pinpoint News Tracker takes you to the location here right off of Wolf Hill Road. Your reporter Taylor Knight is live on the scene with the latest. Taylor.
Most of the fire trucks have left at this point, but there are still a few firefighters here searching for that man that is missing following this fire. The fire chief here in Cheshire says the house is severely damaged. The second floor collapsed. They are still keeping us about 50 yards back, so it is difficult to see the damage for ourselves. Right now, firefighters are combing through the debris looking for that missing man, but the Cheshire Fire and Police Department say that they are investigating all possibilities of where that missing man might be. They're looking at local hospitals, even trying to figure out if that man could be at work. They say maybe he wasn't even home when this fire began around 3 this morning. Police at this point have not released the ages or the names of the people involved in this fire. When we learn more, we will bring it to you on air and online at WFSB.com. Your reporter live in Cheshire, Taylor Knight, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Well, right now, the Hartford City Council is weighing the mayor's choice for the city's next permanent police chief. Council members met with the interim chief, James Ravella, last night. He led the department for 6 years before he was appointed to commissioner of the State Department of Emergency Services back in 2019. The department has not had a permanent chief for more than a year. There's no word yet on when the council will hold a vote.
Well, this morning, leaders in Simsbury are holding off on imposing new rules for dog owners in some of the town's parks and athletic fields. The Board of Selectmen did not vote during last night's hearing. Some community members said they supported the proposal, which would have required dogs be kept on a leash away from fields and for their owners to clean up after them or face a $100 fine. No word yet on when a vote will be held, but we'll, of course, keep you updated. Also this morning, the Office of the Inspector General confirms a trooper-involved shooting over the weekend in Basra was deadly. Police say they responded to a home on Gifford Lane Saturday night for reports of someone with a gun. Pinpoint News Tracker takes you to the scene here. Right now, we're working to find out who was killed and what led up to the shooting.
Well, this morning, a teenager is recovering after police say they were badly hurt while working at Spare Time Bowling in Windsor Locks. Police say the worker was trying to clear a lane when the sweeper bar came down, trapping them. They're in the hospital right now for treatment. Federal safety regulators now investigating how it happened.
And as we continue to deal with the heat today, a reminder, there are plenty of places to go if you need somewhere to cool off. In Hartford, you can head to the library or a senior center. Most library branches open at 9:30 this morning. The fire department will be going around the city also to hand out water. As this stretch of hot weather continues, you probably know it can be tough to sleep, especially if you don't have AC. Experts say even a small fan can make a big difference. You can also try taking a cold shower before going to bed, or put a cold washcloth or ice pack on your head or body. If you can afford it, it might be best to buy an AC or a fan for now, because you can use it again next summer.
And a reminder here, you can always stay up to date on the forecast by downloading that First Alert weather app. Scan that QR code right there on your screen. Well, new this morning, if you're thinking about buying an electric vehicle, maybe adding solar panels to your house or making any other upgrades to save on your energy bills, the Department of Energy and Environmental Protection says you want to do it within the next few weeks. Time's ticking.
All right, your reporter Marcy Jones has more on why that could save you thousands of dollars.
Good morning, and you may notice I'm right in front of an EV charging station. If you've been mulling over possibly getting an electric vehicle or making energy upgrades to your home, state officials say right now is the time to do so, only if you want to save big. DEEP says federal tax credits for electric vehicles, solar panels, and home energy upgrades will start to expire as early as September. That's because the recently passed budget reconciliation bill sets a deadline for those credits to end by September and December of this year. That means time is running out to stack those federal savings with state programs and maximize your return. Right now, you could save up to $7,500 on a new electric vehicle through a federal credit, and up to $3,000 more if you qualify for Connecticut's cheaper program. For homeowners, federal rebates can also cut costs on heat pumps, insulation, and solar installations, all while reducing your monthly energy bill. The only catch, DEEP warns, once those credits expire, those stackable savings go with them. Again, some of those savings expire in September, which, hard to believe, is just a couple of weeks away. So make sure if you want to make those purchases, you do them within that window. Your reporter in Rocky Hill, Marcy Jones, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Right now, officials are warning about a new tick found in our state. 4 of them, actually. Non-native species have been detected. They believe the ticks were brought in by travelers who were not aware that they had them on them. Their numbers are low right now, so while they don't pose an immediate threat, you are urged to check yourself for ticks anytime you're traveling or just spending time outside in the woods.
Right now in Norwich, some changes are coming to the way firefighters respond to your emergency calls. The city's main fire department and 5 volunteer fire departments will now work as one whenever they're at an emergency call together. They will undergo the same training and pool their resources to upgrade equipment. Some, though, are concerned the city will lose its proud tradition of volunteer firefighters, but leaders say it will improve safety.
Today in Hartford, Senator Richard Blumenthal will talk about plans to lower the cost of housing in our state. Senator Blumenthal is pushing for Congress to pass a bill that he says would set aside federal funding to build more affordable housing and would bring down rent costs as well. It also would help first-time homebuyers with their down payment. The bill is currently in committee.
Well, today, state leaders will start a celebration marking 50 years since the launch of CT Transit. They'll talk about plans to expand bus services and modernize the system. Officials will also unveil a new bus with a retro theme for the anniversary. The number of riders has gone up over the past few years after dropping during the COVID pandemic. Well, voting continues this morning in our first semifinal matchup in our Connecticut Best Hot Dog competition.
Here's a look at where we stand right now. The vote is between Blackie's in Cheshire and Riley's in New Britain.
All right, you have until 11:30 tonight to make your pick. Scan the QR code on your screen or click vote now on our website or mobile app. We will unveil the winner tomorrow morning on Eyewitness News.
Yeah, this